Hello, everyone. My name is Andrew Bowes, and today I'm going to be talking about the fear of the unknown. Who else remembers COVID-19 work from home when you could go to work in your pajamas, took only 5 minutes, and that coffee stain on your shirt, you would just pretend it was just part of the artistic flair. Working from home was great for those of us that could do it. However, there were those of us in the medical field that had to still report to work in order to save the lives of many people. My wife was one such worker. COVID-19, bad COVID-19. Many people died. Many people survived. Many conspiracy theories, many legitimate stories. The one thing that made COVID-19 so scary was its mystery. One day, my wife told me that she had a slight cold. Didn't think much of it at first. The next day, she told me she had a little fever. Still didn't think a really big deal of it. Then many of her co-workers were told to stay at home because a colleague had been reported to be tested for COVID-19. As time went on, though, it became very obvious that something seriously was wrong with my wife. Her fever had exceeded 100 degrees. We decided that we needed to get her tested as soon as possible. After 3 days of waiting, we discovered that she was COVID-19 positive. She was immediately quarantined in the house. We used separate bathrooms. I noticed during this phase that one of my sons had a runny nose, the other one had a slight fever, and some of us in the house had no symptoms whatsoever. We decided that we needed to all be tested. And a week later came the results. We were all COVID-19 positive. We felt so trapped and helpless at this phase. Fortunately, we had many relatives and friends that played a very supportive role. They ordered us food and it was delivered to our house. They helped with medications for my wife's fever. They checked in with us and gave us words of comfort and encouragement during those dark moments. I was actually told that me being an asthmatic would make me more susceptible to some of the worst symptoms of COVID-19. So here I was thinking to myself, would I live or would I die? Those thoughts were just racing across my mind. The fear of the unknown just gripped icy hands around my heart. I waited for days and I was completely surprised by the silence when I discovered that I was totally asymptomatic. Thank God for that. My wife had cousins and doctors in the medical field, and they made sure she had the best Tylenol prescriptions, but it was all to no avail. Her health continued to deteriorate day by day until one day she told me she could not breathe. At that moment, I had to rush her to hospital. When she arrived, the doctor said that he could give her some kind of antiviral medication, but there was no guarantee. And if she had any underlying condition or high blood pressure, it would be sure to fail. We did everything we could. I prayed day and night for my wife, and at times it felt like the prayers were not answered, but I could not give up faith in God when I was faced with an unknown force. Only God would know how to handle that. Sometimes I'd call the hospital and she wouldn't answer the phone because she was so sick. The news broadcast would show family members dying daily, and that didn't help in that desperate situation. A whole week went by and it felt like a month, but thank God that she returned home COVID-19 free at the end of that week. It was one of the toughest crises that we have faced as a family, but during that time, we were pulled closer together than ever before. As we stood unified against this unknown force, we were able to pull through it. And the takeaway from this whole experience that we went through is this: whenever faced with the fear of the unknown, it must be attacked with faith. Faith is the antidote to fear. A good, strong family support system is essential, and friends, they're all essential. We can get through this together. We conquered the fear of the unknown. Me, my wife, our families, we did it together. The fear, if it ever returns again, we can beat it again. And when the next pandemic returns, if it ever does come again, I will show up to work in my pajamas. But do me a favor, please don't tell my boss. Thank you for joining me today.